Well, good afternoon. This is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred. Today I wanted to discuss a very important topic here, and that's coffee, pain or pleasure. For myself, my own experience with my plant-based journey began the end of 2011. I had listened to Joel Fuhrman on PBS, and I got his book, Eat to Live. And so right at that point in the beginning, I decided I was going to stop drinking coffee. And so I remember right in the beginning, it probably was 2 days before I experienced coffee withdrawal, and that really wasn't too bad. But as time went on, like a little less than a year, again, following the Joel Fuhrman's recommended diet, I realized that it wasn't sustainable because, one of his big sayings was, make greens your main meal. And so, to me, I couldn't, there wasn't enough calories. 1 pound container has like 100 calories. And so it's just not sustainable. But about that same time, I started hearing and learning about John McDougall. And at that point, I discovered he's got a lot of information available on his website. And I had this one article here he wrote about coffee, pleasure, and pain. And so after educating myself about how coffee raises your cholesterol, it raises your blood pressure, burns your stomach, and a long list of other reasons to quit, like causes irregular heartbeats, nervous tremor, headaches, anxiety, teeth grinding, and on down the list. And so, I decided that maybe it was time to start quitting. But right before that, I remember starting to have coffee maybe once a week or once on the weekend, and then after you open the door a little bit, then you start compromising a little bit, and then you have it maybe again during the week. And so after learning more about how coffee was harmful for you, I decided to quit again this time. And because, I've learned let food be our medicine, as Hippocrates states, and medicine be thy food. And so I wanted the best medicine for my body. And so I decided to quit coffee altogether. Well, this time around, it took me 2.5 to 3 weeks to finally for my headaches to go away. I almost thought I was developing a tumor or something, but coffee at that point had really made inroads on my life. And I have to count that a blessing that the headaches that developed for 3 weeks, because once my body finally cleansed itself, it was a grave reminder for me not to drink coffee anymore, not to touch the stuff, because it just really, you can see how you become addicted to it. So anyhow, at that point, it's like, okay, what now? What's out there to drink? What coffee alternatives are there? And so I began searching things out. In fact, I think it was Will Christie from Potato Strong where I first learned about Dandelion. And so, but also before that, I had heard about Teecino, and it's an herbal coffee. It's and this variety that comes in tea bags. This is a box of 25 you could get. This is a box of 10. My daughters would get this for me for Christmas or Father's Day, because I'm kind of hard to get gifts for, and so it made great stocking stuffers for me. But anyhow, I really like the Teecino. I like the hazelnut, that's my favorite, but you can get sample packages from them and taste different samples. You probably would have your own favorite. In fact, if you want to leave in the comment section below what might be your favorite, I'd like to hear that as well. But I did like the Teecino, the hazelnut. It's really good. I keep some in my work truck for work, and my wife keeps some in her purse if we go out for breakfast to get our potatoes and peppers and onions. Well, then we can get some hot water and have our hazelnut. So having it in the bag here makes it nice and portable for that reason. The Teecino, it's let's see now, the ingredients is organic carob, organic barley, organic chicory, dates, almonds, organic figs, natural hazelnut flavor. And so it's a buttery hazelnuts enriched by golden roasted almonds, dates, and figs. And so I really do enjoy this, the Teecino. And so I did finally decide to try the Dandy Blend. And so I go to Planet Fitness in Souderton near me. I go there 2-3 times a week to try to keep some of my muscles from deteriorating. And so anyhow, there's a health store next to Planet Fitness. And I thought, well, let me try the Dandy Blend. And so again, it's an instant herbal beverage with dandelion. It's close to the same ingredients. It's extracts of roasted barley, rye, chicory root, dandelion root, and sugar beet. No GMOs. And so there's the list of ingredients right there. Some of the description is rich, smooth, full-bodied coffee flavor, but no caffeine, acidity, or bitterness. No additives or preservatives, nothing artificial. Totally water-soluble extracts of 3 roasted roots and 2 roasted grains, nothing else. And so I have to say I enjoy this. This is also very good. In fact, I have a cup of it in the microwave. We'll get that out in a minute. But I do enjoy the Dandy Blend at home. And so this other brand here, Pero, why I ended up with this is that one time we ran out of Dandy Blend. And so we were at Whole Foods and we decided, well, let me try this, Pero Instant Natural Beverage. And the ingredients is barley, malted barley, chicory, rye, and nothing else. And so they all have very similar ingredients. And the Pero, I like it. It's okay. I've been substituting these for the last year. I've had probably the Teecino for the last year, and then I said along the way I tried Dandy Blend, Pero. I've had this for the last month or so, so I've been trying that. And then my wife, we were at Whole Foods, and she decided to try this. This was Cafix. Again, all natural instant beverage, and the same, basically the same ingredients. Let's see, roasted barley, chicory, malt, figs, red beet, concentrate. And so this also was pretty good. I think they all have very similar tastes. Now, I've also added, you could add cinnamon to these coffee flavors. That adds a nice taste if you prefer that. I personally also like my good old 100% pure maple syrup. I get that from Trader Joe's. And so I probably add a tablespoon of that in my Dandy Blend or my Pero or Cafix. So yeah, I enjoy them. A nice cup or two of that in the morning. This morning when Hallie and I were at Henning's this morning, I had the two bags that I brought with us, and so we each enjoyed a nice cup of Teecino. And so let me get the cup out of the microwave here. And let's take a look at it. It really looks like coffee. And so that's the Dandy Blend in there. I add about a tablespoon of maple syrup to that. You add that in there. But I also like the smell of hazelnut, the Teecino. That has a nice aromatic flavor to it. And so learning about this, I didn't have to panic. I could calm down and realize there's some really tasty, healthy coffee alternatives or substitutes out there for us plant-based eaters to enjoy. And so I think the quicker we can run away from coffee, the better. It reminds me of a friend I have. He's 81 years old. His name is Charlie Crabb. I see him most mornings at a local store named Henning's. And Charlie has an amazing testimony. I've been coaching him for a year and a half, 2 years as a health coach. And he was like on his deathbed, 1 foot over the cliff. And he had heart issues, and he was going to go get angioplasty. And he decided to switch over to a plant-based diet, and so the results of his health has been amazing. Someday I would like to interview him. But anyhow, he says there's still one more stump in the forest that he'd like to get rid of, and that he still drinks his 2 cups of coffee every day, you know, but he used to drink a lot more. And so, but other than that, his diet, he does real well in his starch-based diet. And so, anyhow, I hope this information's been helpful for you. I know for me it's been good, and I hope that maybe if you have any questions or comments, or you know, maybe share what your experiences have been, I would be greatly appreciated. So anyhow, I hope you enjoy your Dandelion or Teecino or Pero. I would say they're all pretty good. And so until next time, this is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred.